light I'm meeting. So, my name is Ashish Vidyarthi and you are DTS. Or something more? Can we add something to it? Another S probably? So, what is your full name? Okay, and what are the abbreviations of that? You can just shout out. DTSS. Okay, so what do we see that is written here? Just read out. Okay, AVID miner, pathway test. So, first things, what do you think is an AVID miner? Ah, right. You know all the abbreviations, huh? That's it. Okay. So, what does the miner mean? Who's the miner?
Motivator.
Okay, just keep short. Acha, one of the interesting things. You're lucky that an actor is here. So there is nothing which can be wrong. So no wrong answers. Just shoot out. What could a miner be doing? You'll have to be loud. Go on. Exploring. Wonderful. Digging. Beautiful. What else? Go on. Exploring, digging, what else?
Re-engineering.
Re-engineering. Somebody said an interesting word.
Mining yourself.
Aha. So consider at the core of it, a miner excavates. Just look, even the word excavates goes this way. It doesn't go excavates. Excavates. So even the Mars explorer has to land somewhere, and then what happens? Okay? Go in. What is another meaning of, apart from Ashish Vidyarthi, AVID? What is that? Enthusiastic, wonderful. Key, what else? Passionate, what else? Vigorous, yes. You know, an avid reader, avid traveler, avid miner. Voracious. Things working? She's my tech in charge. Avid miner is here. Where do you see the avid miner? Please point out immediately. Immediately point out. Where do you see the avid miner?
Coal mines.
Come on.
Diamond.
Okay. Where do you see the avid miner right now in the room?
Yeah.
Where? Wonderful. How many of you can see me? Super. Now, how about looking at the avid miners? What did you say? Can we turn it around? Can we turn on the W? Thank you so much. So the avid miner I am speaking to is the person who is sitting in your seat. Any confusion about that?
No.
You know who's sitting in your seat, right?
Yes.
So this entire conversation is going to be between and
Me.
okay? What do you read right after that? Pathway sharings. What do you think are pathway sharings? What comes to your mind when you hear pathway sharings? Okay, one thing at a time. So awesome. I love it. Abhishek, good job. Superb. People energized. So pathway. Can you just share what is pathway? Experiences. What else? Journey. Wonderful.
What we have gone through.
What we have gone through. What else? Experience.
Road travel.
Road travel, learnings, stuff. Adventure. Wow.
Way forward.
Way forward. In fact, not just way forward, way forward. Awesome? Okay? So, pathway sharings is essentially about that there is no master in this room. There is another avid miner like you here, and we are all going to engage in some pathway sharings. things that I've discovered, things that I've seen, and I intend to go back home richer this noon, listening into what you have gotten. And so this, in a way, is like a crucible in which we will all be putting in some thoughts. And there'll be some disturbing thoughts also. Remember, you got an actor next to you who does villain roles. The unit was checking on me yesterday. Yeah, why are you getting it? So, DTSS, are we ready for some number crunching? Yes, no? Yes. Got it. So, we will begin from the most amazing number. The number being, okay, this had to work. Wow, it works. Can you just read out? One. Okay. So what is it about one? What about one? What is interesting about one? Being the best, wonderful. First number, performance. What else? Leader. Okay, just put away hand. I'll just quickly point and you shout. Yeah, go. Single. Very good. Start with legacy. Interesting. You've not been reading all my. He's answering stuff. Legacy. Very, very interesting. Okay.
Individual contribution.
Individual contribution. Warm.
Always talk.
Standalone. Okay, wonderful. Can you consider one thing about legacy, standalone, unique? What is it about, what is unique about any one of us?
Differentiator.
Differentiator, wonderful. Can you tell me one clear differentiator that you and I have?
Character.
Debatable. Personality, debatable. You know, we may have similar personalities. See, I'm not going into some kind of a magic hullabaloo. Are we clear about one thing, that each one of us have got unique and different lives?
Yes.
Confusion again. Are we also clear? You may believe in reincarnation, but for reasons of this DTSS seminar, we have agreed that we will stick that this is one life. Shamsher has agreed on that principle. Can we be together in this, that there's one life?
Yes.
One life that we know of. We may have 88 more. But right now, today, we are sticking to the conversation about this one life. What makes, if there is one life, what is it that makes that one life so unique and special? Who will make that one life unique and special?
Me.
Why? Give an example. Have you ever stayed in a rented place? How many of you have stayed in a rented place? What kind of a decoration do you do in a rented place? What kind of a renovation do you do in a rented place?
Temporary.
How many things do you change and alter in a rented place? Hardly. What do you say when you're in a rented place? Don't go out. When people come in and they say, what do you say? What do you say? It's a rented. There's a leakage, what do you say? It's a rented place. Leakage, rented place, no space, rented place, everything rented place. Rented place. Even if they like it, you say rented place. What am I hinting at? What is the one that I'm talking of? Did I hear something else? The one that I'm talking of is not the one that you're rented in. The one that is your own, which you may call mine. I'm speaking to each one of these avid miners who are CEOs of their lives. Am I clear or am I clear? Yes, no?
Yes.
I am speaking to the CEOs of your life. Are we ready to take the conversation forward, CEOs?
Yes.
Got it. What happens after one? Because the CEO is now taking charge of their life. What happens after one?
Somebody else.
No, yeah. Keep it simple, yeah. Yeah, we should. Yeah. हाँ वो ये टू के टू कैसे आए? दो must be दो must be दो can't be two, right? Can't be two. Could it be do? Could be. So maybe it's we are sticking to English, right? So maybe it's still English. So after one, why does do come? So we're going to put some good news and some bad news, huh? तो CEO तो बना दिया, अभी next क्या बताओ यार? Thank you. My friends, just to share with you, one of the most passionate things for a person who wants to be an actor is to be known. Confusion here. You know, years, 92, when I moved to Bombay, after doing years of theatre in Delhi, I used to be sitting on my mobile along with my friends and waving out on the east-west flyover in Delhi. My friend sitting behind me said, "किसको behave कर रहा है?" I said, "पता नहीं कोई तो होगा, they don't know me yet." I was already there. So one was there. CEO, I do whatever I want. अपनी बाइक है, हीरो होंडा. जब पेट्रोल नहीं होगा, पार्क कर दूंगा. सब कुछ है. CEO of life. What is the next step for you? Vision ahead. CEO. Leo. Do. My mother thought I was an amazing actor. My sisters loved me as a performer. Outside with the corner, who are you? Keep saying, I'm well known in Delhi. Have you heard of people who are world famous in their cities? You must know a few people who are world famous in your office also. Don't you know me? Don't you know me? Tell him no, yeah, you don't. At the core of the CEO that you have seen, that you love, and then you say, "Arey yaar, main agar ban sakta tha, I could have done this," is what? Is the English word do. What about do is so interesting here? Please tell me, what is the do in real life? Let's talk real. What is the do in real? I have to. Who else but me? Please get that. One of the critical things in this is, and it's a very simple thing, huh? It's not complicated at all. Please get this straight. If you can get it done, get it done. If you can't, find ways to get it done. And if you still can't, just do it. Not joking. This world is not meant for clippers. How many of you love to clip? Don't know how to clip. Don't know how to clip. I love to clip. I just love to clip. I will clip to anybody who's willing to listen. I am very lucky. I have friends who don't listen to my clipping. They say, "Come on, what have you done such that you are in this position called this?" The key thing for me, and I just seed it out to you, the do has its origin in the seed. Consider the do to be the seed of anything and everything that may or may not follow. How important is it for you to throw the seed? How important is it? Can anybody just share the seed?
Thoughts.
I'm not talking the vision, huh? I'm talking the seed.
Thoughts.
Got it. Thoughts says CEO. I have a vision. How important is the seed for you? Can somebody just shout out? I'm seeing it in the context of your work, okay? Please tell me, how important is the seed for you?
I don't seem to be understanding.
Do or die. Fantastic. That's the future. Very simply put. You know the seed. Seed is the, Hindi में कहते हैं फटूरे. How many South Indians they didn't laugh at this joke? Fature, future. How do you spell out sometimes? Fature. Seed is the future. small, as insignificant, as easily wasted, that seed is the future. Can we get a sense of how important that seed is right now at this moment? Consider if you were a person who were applying for a job and somebody lost your CV. You sent it and they lost it. That seed got lost, my friend. No, I'll tell you, I don't have it. Seed got lost. I've done so, I got it. Let's go on. Have we ever considered that the greatest impetus in life has been always on the beginning? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. At which point did you think that you have moved beyond the beginning? Can I give you a wonderful news? This moment, and this amazing legacy that each one of you has, that's why you're here, you're senior management. This moment is dead at this moment. Everything that you have done till now is a carcass. It's like a dead body. You can be showing off about it, talking about it, but we don't care. What do we care about? Exactly, this moment and next. One of the most powerful things that I got as an actor is that each shot matters. 200 plus films, 12 languages, from unknown to Ashish Ji now, or whatever those variations, each shot matters. NG, Arey yaar, I have done this, one more sir. One more sir. Okay, got it. 200 kuch nahi sir, next shot ready. I used to, when I started off, I was very lucky. And I've learned some amazing things from the most obnoxious people at times. This is one of the things that I want to share with you. You know, how open are we to learning? We typically want to learn from amazing people, right? Yes, no? Yes. Kitna acha kare sikhata hai. Guess karo, how will it be if you can learn from the most obnoxious also? जो बहुत बुरी बात करता है, अच्छी तरह से बात नहीं करता. That horrible boss, can you just learn something from that person? Okay, so just be in the zone, okay? So I'm going to be that bad person. That seed, that obnoxious thing to begin with, what can it do for us? What can the seed do for us? It can change our life. Can you please shout out how it may change our life? How? My thing is that if the present is only that matters, it is only the seed that you plant which is going to matter. Nothing else is going to matter. Everything is legacy which they will write either in your obituary or if you are well known in a book about you. So the key thing for an actor I discovered is that this shot matters. And I learned that ki boond boond se sagar banta hai. Not only each shot, each take matters. And I'm not talking I'm not romanticizing it, my friends. Be very clear. Shortcuts are the longest cuts that I've discovered as an actor also. Just the ability to own that moment and do bloody well in that moment is what my life game is about. And I'm very clear that each one of you are there. Because for me, you have already crossed that path once. Because you know what has come after do? After the series of do's that you have reached here, what comes after do? After two, what comes? Oh, misspelling. Yeah? Three. Wrong. Sure. You're not messing it up. Why does 3 come here? Why does 3 come here? So that seed which we planted at that one moment, when you started off, much younger. What has it turned into today? Thank you. Now, so tell me now, what's available to us? Please tell me, What is available to us now? Now that we have the tree. Oneness, fruits. Shelter is available. Awesome. Can we just, very interesting, can we just try and put it together? Oxygen is available. So just consider, who is the shelter available to? Who is the shelter available to? Okay, the shelter is available, consider, to the employees. Okay, the stakeholders. Who is the fruit available to? Huh? Thank you. I heard the owner somewhere. And I really want to alter that conversation, even if it is there and some people have not spoken. My friends, at the core of this entire tree is the fact that this tree has to find value with the person who buys the apple. If he doesn't, that's not a tree, that's ready firewood. Yes, no?
Yes.
What happens to the people who are getting shelter in it, under it, next to it? What happens to those people? बताएंगे जरा loudly बोलेंगे please. What happens to them? बोल दीजिए. Really? Search for another tree. First of all, you lose this.
Homeless.
How many times, homeless, thank you. How many times have you been told and explained that you can cause the company to grow? How many times? Plenty of times. Can I also share another great news with you?
Yes.
Each one of us, I run a tree called Ashish Vidyarthi. I'm an actor, I'm a conversationalist. I run that company. I'm that tree. I am responsible if it does well. Then I am responsible if it goes. You will also realize that if you guys don't deliver, the tree becomes firewood. Cut it down. The investors were sitting there, they're waiting, man. किसी के पास टाइम नहीं है और फालतू में पानी देने का. That's straight talk, huh? Don't mind. समझे क्या? Don't do like this. ऐसी अच्छी बातें बोलो. But one of the most critical things that I have learned from my gurus, and one of them was Pandit Satyadev Dubey. He was extremely foul-mouthed, but I won't use that term. But whenever I would not deliver on anything, he would say, with a profanity, he would say, "Tada! डॉक्टर ने बोला था एक्टर बनने को, अगर नहीं बोला था ना तो अच्छे से कर." मतलब there is not some responsibility of the world. यार मैंने नहीं किया तो कुछ हेलो. It is my responsibility to deliver any which way. That tree, in my case, my art, my expertise, something that I've created, it is my responsibility to keep it there. Otherwise, it will become firewood. They will chop it down. Somebody will just hard shaking those, but that's it, over. And as you said, look for another opportunity. You know, when the tree under which you sit and when it's cut and you look for another opportunity, you know what you're doing essentially? What are you doing? Typically, we are waiting for turning another tree into firewood. तो इधर काम नहीं किया उधर भी काम नहीं करेंगे ना, अपना काम नहीं है ना, उसका काम है. So just getting there. See, as an actor, you think, people have some notion. What do you think an actor does in filmmaking? What does an actor get paid for? Okay, I'll let you know this. Actor gets paid for acting. Stupid Ashish. Actor gets paid for acting. Of course. There was a bad news with it. So if an actor gets paid $100, he actually gets paid $80 to wait for his work. He gets paid another $10 to get paid for that work. He gets another $5 to handle his emotional stress while he's going through all this. And the final $5 is divided into his family, and $1 goes for his acting. My responsibility as an actor I discovered as I came down to Bombay. I also thought I'd be paid for my acting. It was not just for paying for my acting. After negotiating for my work and after getting my work, the next round was to go and get the money out of this. And I was really upset at myself till a friend simplified it for me. He told me, Ashish, you are also getting paid for your acting. One of this payment is ₹5 तेरा acting का भी है और बाकी जो 95 rupees है, it is for all these other things. Are we seeing something about our job responsibility here? Can somebody just share what is opening up at this moment for you? Sitting under the tree, what is opening up for you inside of what is your stipulated job responsibility? Anyway, please. Accountability. Wonderful word.
Contribution.
Okay, one second. Let's just stick to this. Let's stick to this very interesting word. Accountability. What about our accountability? What is our accountability? Whatever we do. Okay, what is it that we do? What is it that we are accountable to do? I'm asking you. Contribution
towards growth.
to work. Okay, got it. Very nice. What is it that we are accountable to do? Can you please share specifically about that? My defined, wonderful sir, please go on. My defined job or tasks. Goal. Okay, so my defined role, my role.
Ownership.
But ownership of how much?
Like define responsibility.
My ownership of whose owner is that? Who's the owner of that? You know what's the name of that person? Not me. That's the name. Whose owner is that? Not me. I know everybody's name. My definition is this. Please try and get this, my friends. The day I got, I was luckier than you all. I was self-employed. I didn't have an accounts department. I didn't have the HR people and all that. And myself. And I got this department was mera hai yaar. Ye bhi mera hai yaar. After it spread out. No one to complain, my friend. I was absolutely clear at that magic moment that this tree is me. When I do a film, that tree is me. Because if that film works, I make more in the future possibility. People know me, seen you there. You know why you see me? Because मेरी पिछली पिक्चर चली है. You heard of Rohit Anand, right? You know Rohit Anand, right? Who Rohit Anand? The guy has been really working very hard in his dimensions. He may be a corporate, he may be a film, you don't know. Just look at anyone in your life, okay? Anyone, I challenge you. Look at anyone in your life whom you say is successful. And then tell me if that person has only remained within their defined roles. What comes after 3?
Fruits.
4. What could the possible word be?
Fruits.
3 बन गया. अब क्या करना है? सर? पानी में ड्रॉप्स तो पहले दिया था. अभी we have to keep it up. Not maintain, sir. Make it grow. Sustain. What? Sir, I want you to get this. It's a law of nature. Okay, that's how I function. As you grow in responsibility and stature, it boils down to you. Today, even as we are speaking, right after this, I head to Bombay. From there, I head to Coimbatore, and by midnight, I reach a place called Salem, where morning 7 o'clock, I'm reporting from work in a Tamil film. It's my job. Finished, period. It's my responsibility. Nobody is there to listen to me. Nobody is there to talk to me. Nobody is there to convince me. It is my effort of whatever I want to pour, which has been, I promise you, it has been more than how it was day before yesterday. Because till the day before yesterday it was just acting. 6 years back I started doing all this. My managers still think that, they tell me, sir, you're going for something, right? They call it, they're going for something. And this is something which I validate by pouring. It's not by putting drops. Can you just now tell me that in this ambit, what happens to a person who already has a tree now, okay? This is now where you are from now. You already have that tree going. How is your role different now? Anybody just shout out? Branches, okay?
Plant one more.
Come again?
Plant one more.
Plant one more, got it.
Grow.
Appreciate it. Grow, what else? There's a word that I'm looking for, which is very close to pour.
Watering. Watering.
Watering, nurturing, nourishing it. See, it's all, see, words are good. Growth, branches. I really want you to get. Tell me, just wondering, can you just share with me what are the possible ways you sitting right now where you are can think? How can you nurture? What are the things, if you were the CEO, what would you do to nurture DTSS? Just shout out. Just put up your hand and shout out. Any idea?
Develop people.
Develop people, wonderful.
Take more responsibilities.
Take more responsibility. What else? To nurture this tree. What are you willing to pour in if you are the CEO of the company?
Hard work.
Strengthen
Hard
the
work, do better. Did I hear do better?
Build a team.
Backup team.
Okay, one sec. Build a team. Okay? Make it richer. Let people experience it's a team. We're going to come to that. It's an amazing one. Please stay with that. That's going to come in today. What else? Come again? I'm sorry, I didn't get you.
Client satisfaction.
Client satisfaction. Aha! Because that is where the action is. The action is not isko pani pila de raho. Pour. What do you want to pour for the client? Can I suggest one thing? Yeah? So if a client says one thing that is there and says that can you do this, can DTS do this, no, not my department. I'll send the right person. You talk to that person. Yeah, you take the number, call him. Pouring. I'm pouring, giving them telephone number. Just check it. I really want you to get this. Honestly tell me, you don't need to raise your hands. Haven't we done this or some variation of this? Yes, no?
Yes.
Yes. Because I've done it. Got squashed. Now I do everything. I teach her. I'm in charge. There's no area which is not mine. What kind of a person will have such an attitude towards life? We started with that. Owner, CEO. Try thinking of a CEO who says, Sunday. That's the owner mindset. That's when you pour. You don't trick them, you pour.
Investing.
Investing. Investing what? Investing what?
Time.
Consider.
Energy.
Yes, invest in yourself. Ideas, thoughts. Can you see a marked difference from just 3-4 minutes back when we are talking about our boundaries, our area? Look where it's gone. Investing our ideas, not saying investing our ideas for our department. No, gone. You see, you are speaking amazing stuff right now. I really want you to say that you are saying that. When you are talking of investing yourself, investing your ideas, it can be for that department. Can you just look into this? It could be useful for you. Pour. Pour. Pour it for the customer to get that this is available for them. Yes, how can I do it? Okay, let me try and work this out. Can you call that somebody up? Because I do that all the time. All the time. Because that order is critical for me, my friends. What comes after pour? And I really want you to get that it is, I mean, an undeniable thing that when we pour, the only fight that follows is
Right.
at the source is the fact that people have gone beyond their squares. They have just poured, and that's when this happens. Now, who does this happen to? Who does this touch, this fight? Okay? Okay, now let's expand. Who else does it touch, that tribe? It's a funny, absolutely. You know what? The biggest blunders people make, and I'm talking as an actor, biggest blunders they make, when they make it, they become rude. Because they think, I'm thriving. The biggest thing that amazing people do is that when they make it, they make sure that the people who are benefiting from them also thrive. Yes, no? Yes. Why? Why? Why does it make sense to make sure that the customer thrives?
We get more customers by word of mouth.
Beautiful. Can you please? Beautiful. It's awesome. Please.
We don't exist but for.
My friends, if you really think that they will not go anywhere other than you, try looking at Nokia. Nokia. The customer is the key. I know you knew it. I know. Who else has to thrive?
Employees.
Beautiful. What about what do you understand as thriving of the employees?
Success.
Awesome.
Improve.
Growth.
Passion.
No, exactly. See, at the height of thrive, one of the things that dies first is the customer. I'm too good. The other thing that dies inside the organization is, can you just shout out?
Passion.
Passion. Remember that passion when you were throwing the seed, when you got that first job, when they offered you the job and you say, I got it there. That. Because remember, all these conversations are happening in each now. Each now has a 1 to 10. You've just reached 5 in this now. And you know what? After 24 years, I again start from 1 each morning. And somebody tells me that this thing is working or not working. Not reading it enough. Thanks. So as we thrive, as the company thrives, as the passion of the employees thrive, as the customers thrive, what comes after this? And really tell me, your success. And can I give you a very interesting thing of success? What do you think? What do you think comes right after thrive? What could come?
6 yes. 6 yes.
I will just give you 6. It's the 6. The 6. When the ball goes out, that is thrive. And you know what else is thrive? The thrive is, what else is thrive? When you hit a 6, what is the next thing?
Outstanding performance.
My friend, beautiful. It is about this player, he hits a lot of 6s. Does he hit all 6s? No. But he sits, no. He cannot hit all 6s. So imagine this player who comes out and he comes out saying, I hit 6s but I cannot hit all 6s. What kind of mindset will he be having?
He has to try.
It's a mindset, my friend. It's called the sixer mindset. It is, you are a commentator, you can't hit all. You are understanding. He is intending to hit all six. And then when he leaves it, you say, well left. He doesn't say well left. He says missed it. Yes, no.
Yes.
You know, I heard this amazing story from Kapil Dev Sahab. He shared that how, while they were commentating someplace, and somebody said that, you know, this batsman is so good. He finds the, he knows where the fielders are. The batsman knows where the fielders are. And Steve Waugh shared, he said that, you know what, Steve Waugh shared, he says, I don't know where the fielders are. I can only see the openings. What is this? What about heaven when we are hitting sixes? Do you know one thing very interesting? Do you all know that you are all going to die? Clear enough? Take. So have you ever considered, you know, we are all waiting to do that amazing thing one day, someday? Yes, no? Wait karte hain again. Let the opportune time come. Then I'll give the maximum. Then I'll hit the six. If I get opportunity on it, no? Consider we keep waiting and then one day go pluck. And we reach out. And just imagine. आपका शुभ नाम क्या है? Atif. How are you, Atif? And God said, Atif, how was heaven? बात कर रहे हो यार? मैं तो मेरे को बोला उधर है। अभी क्या? Was that serious here? It's not a joke. They told me about this. The greatest amazing feel when I started getting recognized, my film started working, when people started calling me for work, was this feeling. In my case, it started off that I could take care of my parents. My mother used to work and come home and cook. I told her, Mom, one day when I do something, I'll make sure that you don't need to cook. My biggest happiness was that I could have somebody at home so that she cooks for Mom. You know? That was my honeymoon. That is how it began. Keep looking at those amazing moments in your life which have been fulfilled when you hit sixes. Because there are no free lunches, my friend. Are you clear about it or not? It's all about hitting sixes. You know why it is about hitting sixes? Please tell me why. Hello? Why is it about hitting sixes? Sir, उसके बगैर आप इधर नहीं हो सकता. Everyone blue, AC पे नहीं होता sir. You've been sitting wherever you are, having good this thing. I am also blue. Wonderful. So, six is a matter of habit. It is the mindset which hits the six. And you know what that mindset is? As my friend will call it, what do you call it? The guerrilla mindset, what is that? The what mindset? The insurgent mindset. I call it disruptor. अभी ट्री है, अभी कहाँ बाहर निकलना है? छुप के रहो ना, उसके ट्री के पीछे छुप के रहो. अभी बड़ा चल रहा है, छुपे रहो. But ये बंदा बाहर निकल के हंट करता है. How many cricketers do you know जो ऐसे खड़े रहते हैं? बॉल आता है, छिक्का मारते हैं, या ऐसे करते हैं, ऐसा करते हैं. क्या देखा आपने? Do you see that they chase? Another person says, well done, come on! वो बॉल उधर से वो वेल लेफ्ट कर सकता था. Beautiful. Well left and six is a different mindset, my friends. if you can keep that insurgent in you alive, that entrepreneur in you alive, and you will, if you can consider that no opportunity is worth, well said, no, that's again, take care. How will it go and play? And you will at times slip. वो आउट होता ही नहीं होता, धोनी आउट होता ही नहीं होता, फिर वो धोनी आउट होता है, राजेश आउट नहीं होता, कौन राजेश? वो राजेश वेल लेफ्ट करते हुए बॉल अंदर आके मार देता है. Heaven is that experience. And a critical part in this is what happens next. When you are in that state, when you have gotten it right now here, that is when the next one opens for you. You see, anybody sees a wall here? What do we read there? How will it be if you don't see a wall?
You feel that there is no gate, no limit.
Sky, next room, next possibility, horizontally, vertically, everywhere there is an opening. Opportunity. Possibility. There's an entry, beautiful. Wow. There's an entry. No, really? No. Right there. Gate. That's my gate. What else is very interesting about a gate?
Respect.
Come again? You know what is another very interesting thing about a gate? Look, which direction have you been moving in till now? Yeah, correct? Consider gate is also an opportunity. Sir, we have something for you. Sir, we have something for you. The gate is not just for going out. Consider gate is also, can this be done? Sure. We can do this for you, sir. So I'll share this with you. 90 till 98 I had done about, I don't know how many films in Hindi, and we're doing all sorts of stuff. And suddenly I was working in a film called Major Sahab. And the cameraman, they looked at me and said that, you should do Tamil films. And he was not saying I'm a good actor. So suddenly I looked. I said, yeah, interesting. I don't know Tamil. I only know Hindi, English and Bangla. Tamil kaise know? A little while I felt that he said because I'm such a good actor. Then I realized he's probably saying because he's saying that I look that way. And I said, okay. At least he has opened something for me. But he's given me a thought, and I knew no one there. So I started, once a week I would just fly down to Chennai and meet people. I would walk in and I would do some Ashish Vidyarthi or something in Hindi film actor. Us samay many Hindi films weren't shot there. Or they weren't released there. After a while, about 3-4 months passed, nothing happened. I used to feel dejected. Why is this happening? This person is saying that I should work and it's not happening. And it's very interesting, my word reached the universe. I was driving my bike or whatever in Lokhandwala, suddenly I get a call and I got my first film in Tamil, a film with Dharani, Dil, we did. Now, for me what was interesting is that here I was only speaking Hindi and I still only speak Hindi and English and Bangla. And over this period of time, right after Tamil, then Telugu, then Malayalam, then, I have worked in 12 languages. It is just because the gate, which I would never have imagined would be for me, opened up and I started opening and people started coming in. So gate is the key for us, my friend, that when you are at that strike rate, You don't limit yourself to just celebrating this moment. What do you do? What do you do? You step out. You step out and you ask people to step in. Just imagine when you are dealing with a customer and the customer says, I have this. How will it be if you can create something such that it fits the needs of that customer? Yes, no? Yes. Because that is the possibility. That is the possibility that what can you provide to that customer? Without him, the company doesn't exist. This happens. And now, what happens right after 8? Can somebody just say yes? Wine! You know which sign this is? Right after the wine menu comes, it's a credit card. So there was a clue in this. So if you open gates, we are stepping out, people are coming in. What is the sign that I'm talking about? What about audit? Somebody said something, brand. Okay, very interesting. Brand. Which brand am I talking about? Sign. My credit card was very close to it. What am I looking at when I'm saying after the gate, the next step for you, the ultimate step as far as I'm concerned, when I'm saying the sign? Yeah. Have any of you bought a vehicle? Yes, no? What is it? Ever bought a house? Have you ever registered something? What comes right at the end with your name below it?
Agreement.
What does that signature say?
Identity.
I'm the owner. I'm the owner. What am I talking about? What am I talking about? When you in that meeting, you own it or not? When you go through that gate and you meet that person, or when that gate opens and that person comes in, who's speaking? They come here. We call them bumpy. They get back to you. What is it? Remember something about renovation and renting place for renovation? उसमें भी signature होता है. It says 11 months. I don't know what it is. 11 months you're out. The sign is the most important part in this entire game, my friends, when you own it. You know, I am here sticking out my reputation at this moment. You guys know me as an actor. And I stick out my reputation, I stick my neck out, and I say that, you know what, I'm going to create something which is my signature, which is mine. It is something which is not built out of somebody else's prototype, my friend. I create these conversations. I take responsibility of this conversation. I am there to deliver, not because you know what, I was telling her because, no, doesn't work. Doesn't work. It doesn't work. And it may be a valid reason. How many of you agree that there is something amazing called valid reason? Do you like valid reasons? Yes, no? Tell me what is amazing about a valid reason. Please.
What we think is right.
Anna. What else is very nice about a valid reason? Valid reason, eh?
Justification.
Justification. What is amazing about a valid reason? Another very interesting. If I hit you with a valid reason, you'll have to say, yeah, I understand. The valid reason is so valid. Yeah. I understand. Now tell me, so I have a valid reason and he has to buy it. Tell me, what is the result of that?
Excuse.
So the result is that the work is still not done. The only difference between a valid reason and you not knowing about it is that the work still doesn't get done. The sign says the buck stops here. Where does the buck stop? Here. I have no one to complain to. How will it be for you if you can actually relate to yourself right at this moment that there is no one that you may complain to? That there is no one that you may give a reason for just at this moment. Can a couple of you just share how will it be for you if you can take that ownership of your life? Anyway, remember there are no wrong answers. What will the experience be? Just put up your hand and just call. Please, no. That's it. I'll just come closer so that everybody can hear you. I've got a microphone here. Do we have a running microphone right here? Yeah. Do we have a running microphone?
Yeah.
Yes.
There you go.
Thanks. Do we have another? Yeah, this good. Yeah, please.
You've been empowered. All the decisions are yours, right? And you own it. Either the way to look and you're okay. So you learn from your mistakes and you learn from your success as well.
Please. I want a few more people to share. This is a very critical part.
So in this case, the success is mine and failure is mine. So I can learn with my failures, or maybe we can own the success as well as the failure as well.
Got it? Just keep sharing something pristine. What is really happening? You don't have to say the right words. What really happens if you can own, and there is no one in this world that you can complain to. Okay? Just somebody just share. There's no one in this world that you can complain to. How would your relationship with your work be?
You become desperate, in other words.
Just space it out easily.
You become desperate, in other words, and you find ways and means of doing the work.
Wonderful word. What was very interesting about this word that he used?
Desperate.
Desperate for what?
Doing it.
Do it. Huh? Incredible. You become desperate to do it. Why? Guess why? There's no one else. मैं ही तो हूँ यार. If a child doesn't eat, the mother gives up. That's a no-brainer, right? Can I ask you one question? Can you instantly answer? Instantly. How many of you will let your child die of hunger? No. Right. If you have some valid reason. What will happen? What will stop? Really?
Nothing.
What can come in your way? What is the difference there and anywhere in your life where you've said that you will never go? Just tell me. Very happy that you use that word, priority. Can you just tell me, at one time, how many things do you do?
One.
Thank you. to break your heart. My friends, at any time in our life, we only do one thing. At this point, I'm just talking to you, nothing else. My phone is switched off. I don't know what's happening in this world at this moment. Only you are there in my life. If you are not there, if anything else is there in my mind, I cannot tell you. At this moment, in this moment of stillness, I challenge you. Only I am there with you. I can listen to your silence. That is the relationship between a person and what that person sets up. It's only me and them. Ownership, when we sign and we say that's my name, ownership is, you know what it is? It's a lie. I said it's mine. I'm going to die and never fight over your property, man. But why do you still play it? Have you ever considered it? Why do you still play it? Have you ever thought, घर लेते ही घर को फायदा क्या है, तो चला जाएगा? Have you ever thought like that? Why? Why? You know it's a lie, right? But still, why do you accept it? Why? 30 years guarantee है ना? तो यार तू रहेगा नहीं रहेगा? 30 years में तू जा रहा है. Why do we take that? Why do we do it? Can I tell you something? Funny thing? It's just a bloody game that we do on. Each day we have moved closer to death. Each day. We never look at it that way. अब थोड़ा और अच्छा होगा यार, तो दिन के और कम हो गए तेरे दिन. We never look at it that. Why? Because your mind took on a game. It's a game which you started playing. You said, I'll play that game. I'm going to die, no, but I'm going to play this game. I know I'm going to quit this work, so what? But right now, I'm playing this game. Can you live each day as this is the last day of your life and fulfill what I've taken on? That is the experience. When I asked you that question about the child, and you said, no, किसी का बस होता है तो थप्पड़ मारता है, कहता है क्या बात कर रहा है? That desperation word what he spoke of, that fulfillment, that what you said, that is at the core of the sign that I, no one but I own it and I will get it, no question. And you know, how will I do it? How? That's the critical part, very important part. How? Yeah, I'll ask, there is supporting this. I look stupid, sure. I don't know it. What stops us from taking help? Has it ever thought to you? Have you ever thought about it? What stops us from taking help? No, what stops you from taking help? Come on, be honest, be straight. Ego. What about the ego? What about the ego? Please tell me. There's gold in that. I'm not capable. What if he finds out? You know what? She just found out that there was technology. He just found out. I am. And I'm smart enough to take somebody's support. It's okay. We are stupid in technology. You're right. You're right. But you're unlucky. I'm an actor. So very early on, people started laughing at us. Very early on. So what do you want to do? I want to be an actor. Very good. So what do you want to do? I want to be an actor. Very good. So what do you want to do? People are laughing. So we are used to people laughing at us. My friend, one of the most freeing things which I'll share as an actor, it's okay. It's okay. Take support. You know when a child falls, what does he do right after crying? हम लोग क्या करते हैं गिरने के बाद ही करते हैं देख किसने देखा but it's okay, fine, it's fine. Don't want to look stupid. Stupid! Stupid doesn't want to look stupid. I fell down. What happened there? He fell down. So, how many of you have never fallen down in work? फेलियर देखा कि नहीं देखा जिंदा हो कि नहीं हो प्रॉब्लम क्या है because if you're just get this if you're looking for somebody who does not make mistakes then you're Rajat well left really want you to get that and I don't mean any disrespect to that name what I meant is somebody that you don't know of. That person is a fly on the wall, you don't hear. And you tried it. Try it! At least you try. That is when you have a sign. When you're saying that I tried and I failed, but everybody is looking. You know what we do? We have to stand getting here. Here, all together. Stand out. Sign is when you stand out and be counted. How many of you at this point see that there is value in your life when you own it, when you can sign your name on your life? How many of you feel that way? Just keep your hand up, okay? There's something very interesting in this. Can you at this moment there be what is happening right now? Honestly tell me. What is happening right now in this one? Even as you have raised your hand. Okay, what else?
We are taking ownership.
Tell me another thing that has happened. Thank you. Now you put your hand up. As much as you can confidence, the key thing that's happening right now is fear. And you have put up the hand to be something like that. And you know, you put up the name of hand because what came up is fear. And that's why I challenge it at this moment. Is that fear will never go away. I promise you. As many films that I've done, as many senior people who are here, you, each one of you, I promise I challenge you. If you tell me that you're not scared, then get me one. Are you scared or not? You may not show it, my friends. Hota hi nahi hai, what you want. Hota hi nahi hota. As long as you're shitting bricks, you're in good hands, my friends. इधर आने के पहले ना 5 मिनट तक उनके साथ कैसे बात कर रहा था देखा I'm in the zone. If we are waiting for fear to go away, to take ownership, then you'll have to wait for a little while till you go park and somebody asks you how was it. Only that day fear will go away. Fear to रहने वाला है. Fear के होते हुए, how will it be for you if you can take charge? How will it be if you can be inspired? Tell me how many space people go out in spacecraft? How many are sure that they're going to make it? It's a machine, it's a blow up, man. You know, I have a dear friend in US. We are visiting his place in Princeton and they asked him, so I said, so what is this interesting thing that you're doing, Ananda? He said, I've opted for the Mars mission. He's the finance guy. What? I opted for the Mars mission. You know what's a Mars mission? So a few people from NASA, a few people from Earth have put up their names to go for the Mars mission. Then they go up. 3 or 4 years it takes when you go up. They will set up the Mars station. You know what I told him? I said, man, that's a one-way ticket, man. and said, yeah, it's a mass mission. It's a one-way ticket, yeah. Yeah, the mass mission. Tell me what was happening.
Fear.
Fear, what is the fear? What is it? And as he said the second time, he never said no, he never said nothing, he just said no. I suddenly realized, in any case, we are on a one-way ticket, yeah? In any case, we are on a one-way ticket. One day closer to death than we were yesterday. What stops you from signing your name and owning that one day more that you want to live today? So the fear, my friend, will never go away. It is just your ability to tell yourself and the universe that, you know what, I am fearful and I am going to deliver. How is that going to be? Please let me know. Can somebody just share? That in the presence of fear, you will be the innovator. You will be sensitive to what is required and you will reinvent yourself. Yes, no?
Yes.
What happens when you reinvent yourself? What happens when you reinvent yourself? You get more confident. What else? Realize. Wonderful. What is that realization? Can you please tell me?
Self-realization.
What is that self-realization? The very interesting thing in this.
Thought clarity.
What is the thought clarity? I want to know. It's a very critical thing. That's going to happen next.
I can do.
Let's be straight. Let's not talk nice things. What is the thought clarity when you are ready to reinvent? Shall I tell you one thing? Change. Very good. There's one thing which happens is probably there is something that I don't know.
Acceptance.
There is something that I
Don't know.
Agree.
Tell me how many of us are in a zone of I know? What is our biggest fear when we are talking about that raise hand what he said peer pressure में हाथ उठ रहा है पर actually क्यों क्या हाथ दबा रहा है फंस गया तो I don't know that. What rhymes with sign my friend after this 9 के बाद क्या आना चाहिए 10 के लिए क्या word हो सकता है then. Brilliant, right? How many say then? Got it. अबे यार then अच्छा था ना वो then करते हैं ना भी God then यार nonsense अभी मुंबई की भाषा में अभी इधर it You know what is अभी इधर it? बताइए मैनेजमेंट कौन थोड़ा जानता है इधर it अभी it in English it's called here and now इधर it अभी it life is simple what I get okay what I will do okay अभी it इधर it now remember Shamsher agreed to one life this is the one let's talk of this life which we are living right now being paid for by a company invested by some people in which we take care of our family with this money. So as I was working down south, as I continued to working, some people started saying, "Hey, you're such a good actor." Sounds something over there. Maybe inta. One day I suddenly got this guy and I said, "You know what? I must share this with you. Rather than deflating others who are doing some work, I want to let you know that you must also work. Not sit in criticism and judgment of others." And I share, you know what? I respect the food that comes onto my dining table when I do a hard day's work. Now is the one makes you realize that anything that you want to fulfill, when can you do it? You may. You need not. Huh? Zabardasti nahi hai kisi ko, but you may. It freed me from my life. Tell me, why did it free me from my life? That कोई जबरदस्ती नहीं है. If I want, I can do it. Please tell me why. Nobody is forcing you. Huh?
If you have that belief, then you can do it.
If I have it. No, I'm beautiful. Koई ambiguity. I don't do it for him. He's told me so many times I had to do it. When did you do it?
I want it.
I wanted it. Life is simple. My friends, I'm not joking. Life is simple. I wanted it, therefore I did it. If I failed, what do I do? You know, if I fail as an actor, you know what I do? If my film fails, you know what I do? What do we do next day? Make another film. Confusion नहीं है boss. भागने नहीं वाले यहाँ से. We will just up our game. You won't blame us. इसका that story was that report department के no scope. My life. I'm doing it. I failed. If I fail, I look at this. Can you just support me in designing something for me? Whose responsibility is this? Mine! I mean, you know, when I got that now is the one, that one life that I'm talking of, I got clear that if there is anybody who's going to run this life, it is going to be me. I'm going to be responsible and please understand this. You know, to get vinamrata se. मेरी जिंदगी है, मैं गलती करूँगा. If I make a mistake, I will remedy it. If I get successful, just to let you guys know, immediately get more humble. That is absolutely clear. Arrogance is the most amazing cancer that you can buy. Anyway, that's talking of another discussion. When you own your life as one life, what is available to you? What is written, my friends? Can somebody just read it on the mic? They just take the mic and read it.
The magical world of madness and miracles.
Okay, what happened right now? What happened right now? Have you read it? Yeah, what happened right now? Quickly tell me. Who's present? What happened right now? No, what happened right now? Okay. Did we hear? She says we heard somebody. Okay. Did we hear somebody completely? Yes, no? No, okay. Who said no? Who said no? What was the incomplete about what we heard? What happened?
I was reading it.
What happened something? Please tell me. It's very important.
Looking at the screen.
Okay, something else happened.
Lack of consciousness.
Something else happened. Lack of consciousness, yes.
No clarity.
No clarity. Why was there no clarity? I'm just checking. Tell me.
confidence was low.
No, something else happened. Mike, what happened? Yeah. How long did it take you to really reach it? Please tell me. Why do you think it took us so long to reach here? Just take a guess.
We didn't know this was simple.
Because he was waiting for the mic to come to.
Answer.
What is that? We were waiting for Mike. What is that?
Valid reason.
Valid reason, agree with you. My question is not that. My question is, why did it take us so long to get? Something happened.
Confused.
Really? Was it confusion or something else? Huh? You're not interested, yeah? Or can we take it a little further? होता है. ठीक है, Mike बाद में और बोला. See,
Procrastination.
sir, put it very simple. It matters, my friend. See how it works. For you, it didn't matter that you didn't hear him fully. For him, it didn't matter that he didn't speak fully. Can we please read out what has been written there? Anybody, you may read it. You can provide anybody.
The magical word of magnets and miracles.
So we heard that, okay? So essentially, one of the things is that you've got to be really responsible that you're hurt. And nothing is chalta hai. Anything, nothing is chalta hai. I don't care, sunna kya hai, nahi. Because each time we do that chalta hai, it is going to reflect here. So what is the magical world of magnets and miracles? I'm going to take 5-10 more minutes extra. I would like to back that man. Can you tell me what is the word of magnets and miracles? Associations. Beautiful. What else?
Attraction.
Attraction. Beautiful. To sum it up. The exciting thing for you, this has not come from a book. This is a painting of a friend of mine called Ramakant. He's from Hyderabad. Okay? Amazing painter. I took his title. And for me, this is what life is. For each one of us, we create that magical world of magnets and miracles. If we are responsible for our life, each one of us, we create responsibility around us. If we are not, we create exactly that. And in that same way, we create miracles. Have you noticed miracles in your life, yes or no?
Yes.
And you know, you are not even like, what? It has happened. And you know what? That's why I use the word, have you noticed? Because miracles have happened and are happening in each one of our lives. Except that we are refusing to recognize it. And now, we are ready for a countdown. So, we will quickly shout out at this point. No need for a microphone. Put up your hands and just shout out. It's a recap as we just go down. What do you hear when you say 10 and go not 10? What opens up for you immediately? Please tell me. Now, what else? What else? Achieve. What else? Go on, just shout. Not then, not then. Beautiful, start. Fear, okay, very good. Innovate. Upbeat. Okay. What opens up for you when we hear, where are we? Sign. Own. No question, own. Okay. What opens up when we hear the word gate? Entry. Opportunity. What else? Open up. Beautiful. Open up. Awesome. That wasn't covered. Beautiful. Opening up. Opening up to what? Opportunity for what? And how could growth, success? Imagine learning. Learning. Widening. Gate. What does heaven come in here? Pleasure. Fantastic. What else? Passion. Come. Passion. Remember he said, when we reach somewhere, passion goes away. Now we are coming in with passion. What else is heaven? Accomplishment. Can we have another very interesting word? Beautiful. Happiness, purpose, celebrate. Bliss. Bliss. And imagine. See, earlier we were saying that after we hit the 6, we reach the place. I am saying now, we have the bliss. And we have the success, and now we are hitting that success, those 6s. We are now hitting those 6s, even though we are successful, even though we are blissful, even though we have arrived, we are on our end, we are hitting 6s. What happens when we are thriving in this scenario? Sustain. Beautiful. You know why? It was very interesting. You know why sustenance becomes even more of an easy word to come up at this point? Exactly. Because these things have now been gotten into processes. What are processes? Processes are things which have worked and you have put it in so that you don't have to reinvent the wheel again and again.
Nurture.
What else? Something interesting at this point comes up. Nourish. What else? Give. Having compassion. For whom? Can we add? Can we just add? Customers. Have compassion. Understand what they need, their requirement. Can you be prepared to stand for your customer? Saying that they don't make a I understand this happen. Empathize. As you pour. Here is a successful person who is in bliss, who is hitting sixes. And how is the tree now? It is a nourished tree, it is a strong tree. It is a flourishing tree, it is that same organization. What else is the tree now? Please tell me.
Well established.
What else?
Brand.
Have you understood that? Very interesting thing. Nobody is now taking shade under the tree. The tree is giving now. We are not taking from it. Have you seen the difference right now? Yes. You just see the difference in what we are talking. The tree is now the giver.
Action.
Speed.
It's a promise. This is a promise for me. Is that as that tree delivers, our job is to continue to what we started off with. My friends, the good news and the bad news is that hard work is never hurt. How many of you have not reached here with hard work? Thank you for accepting it. I acknowledge you for that. You know, Shamsher has gone through and we've been spending a month and a half discussing this program, countless calls with Shamsher and who else, Shamsher? Shaker is there, Pragati is there. So each time, you know, how he relates to you guys is amazing. Is actually, these people have built this up through dint of hard work. That is where DTSS, that is how you people, I relate to you. That's how he projected you people. That never stops. And now comes the very powerful one as we end.
You have become number one.
Something critical happens here. As you become number one, right now I was talking to individual AVID miners, right? I want to take this one moment to take on a 2 to 3 minute exercise in which each of these AVID miners is going to look at another AVID miner in this room. And you will just move around and look straight into the eyes of that AVID miner. That person who is there with you in this journey. And look beyond that post, beyond that department, beyond that responsibility. Try and look at that human being. Just slowly get up, just look into each other's eyes and just move around. Just look at each other. And just keep listening to what I was saying. You do not stand up. Easy. Around. Just move around, make as less sound as possible. And just move around, look into each other's eyes. No need to speak, nothing. Start looking at that human being, that father, that mother, that brother, somebody who's helping somebody. You know, it'll be right now, initially it might seem a little odd, but just look at that person. Look straight into the eye. Just spend 5 seconds looking at somebody. Don't feel odd. Just look at that person. Look at that human being. Look at that, what that person does for her family, his family. What are the issues that person has been dealing with? Okay? And just try not speak for a while. It is uncomfortable, we break into laughter. Just look. And I want you to take a little more time. Just look into each other's eyes. Don't be in a hurry. Please don't be in a hurry. Slow down. Just allow this music to touch you. Just look into each other's eyes. No need to greet anybody. No need to do anything. Just look. No need to move. Just have some stillness. Move around. Just catch somebody's eye and look. Look at that person. For too long you have looked at that position, that department, his responsibility, my responsibility. If you can just look at that person. The person, the way he looks after his family with their money. Somebody's fees he's paying. Some cousin she's helping. This entire set is one. This entire set. Because without this set of amazing human beings, none of us can move anywhere. And at the core of us each, relating to each other and looking at each other and just speaking to each other and understanding from them what is happening. Where you can say no when you need to say no, and you can say yes with all the possibilities you can share. That is the possibility for human beings, which goes beyond your company, beyond everyone. So you are touching anyone. Now we'll just do a little bit of a energy thing. So we just reduce the volume. And I want you to, are we ready for it? What you have to do just one thing is that when you are thick, easy. So keep listening to each other. And as I speak, you can, if you wish, you can join me. You just try and listen to each one together. This is the sound of DTSS. We'll just do a countdown. Easy, don't go fast. 10, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, go! This is the lift off for DTSS, my friends. This is the lift off for Team DTSS. Please come up to the way and stand where you are. Keep the moment and have a great life. And as you stand up, just come closer. Just come closer. Come closer. You have a great time.
मेरे पास